I refused to play sister to my dad's stepdaughter after he ignored me my whole life. My mom died when I was 6 years old. It was really bad and sudden, and after that it was just me and my dad. But my dad was awful at being a parent. He was never around. He wouldn't help me with homework or come to my school events. Most days I was with babysitters or at friends' houses until late at night because he was always working or just didn't want to deal with me. I tried so hard to get his attention when I was younger. I'd ask him to play games or help me with stuff, and he'd always say he was too busy. Eventually, I just stopped asking and learned to take care of myself. 3 years ago, when I was 14, my dad started dating this woman named Lisa, who had 2 kids. Her son was 12 and lived mostly with his dad, so my dad didn't really see him much. But her daughter Amy was 9 at the time and lived with Lisa full-time. That's when everything changed. Suddenly, my dad was this amazing involved parent, but only for Amy. He'd take her out for ice cream after school. He'd sit with her and help her with homework every single night. They'd play pretend, and he'd do these silly voices that made her laugh. He even learned how to braid her hair because she wanted fancy braids for picture day. They had these special day-daughter activities every week, movie nights, trips to the park, baking cookies together. All the stuff I'd begged him to do with me when I was little. But what really broke me was last year when Amy got really sick with pneumonia. She had to stay in the hospital for 3 days, and my dad never left her side. He slept in the chair next to her bed. He stayed with her through every test and medication. Lisa was the one who went home at night to shower and sleep. When I was 8, I broke my arm falling off my bike, and my dad dropped me at the hospital with a babysitter because he had a work thing. That's when I knew for sure he'd become a better parent. He just didn't want to be one for me. I decided right then I was done trying. The day I turned 18, I'm leaving and never talking to him again. A few months ago, Amy started trying to hang out with me. She'd ask me to play dolls or paint her nails. She wanted to come with me when I went to the store. I'd just say no and keep doing whatever I was doing. She didn't give up though. She kept trying every single day. A few times she even called me her sister, and I'd correct her and say, "I'm not your sister." My dad eventually noticed and decided to ask me himself. He came to my room and said Amy wanted to have a princess tea party, and he thought I should play with her. I looked him dead in the eye and told him to go blank himself. He acted all shocked like, "What's with the hostility?" I said, "You don't get to be dad of the year to someone else's kid," and then asked me for favors. Lisa jumped in saying we should talk about this later, but my dad kept bringing it up. Every time he'd mention it, I'd remind him he was a terrible dad to me. So why would I pretend to be a sister to the kid he actually cares about? Lisa would get annoyed that Amy could hear us fighting. Then last week, my dad said he wanted to bring me and Amy closer together. He suggested we do family therapy so we could all figure things out. That's what made me completely lose it. I told him, "So you'll go to therapy with me for her sake, but you never went to therapy with me just to be a better dad. Why would that make me want anything to do with her?" I said, "He just made me want to leave even more." He said he was trying now, and any effort should be respected. I looked at him and said, "If you have to try for her, but you never tried for me, then you can go join my mom or just stay away from me forever." Lisa completely lost it. She started screaming that my issues with my dad aren't Amy's fault, and I need to stop fighting with him when she's around. I told her to control her husband then and get him to stop asking me for things. If he'd leave me alone, Amy wouldn't have to hear any of it. After I went to my room, I could hear Lisa complaining about me for like an hour.